Everybody, welcome back. I've got another update for you guys today. Today is kind of a special video. It's not only an update, but yesterday I was checking out some of the channels that I follow on YouTube, and one of the channels caught my eye because it was called D.I.Y solar aquaponics, and I thought, oh cool, somebody on my subscription list is making a video like mine. So I clicked on it to check out and see what they were doing, and they actually made a video about me. So I wanted to take this opportunity to answer some of the questions that he had for me in his video, and I'm speaking about you, Matt, from Home Farm Ideas. Wrote down your questions here, a little reiteration, and then, but yeah, I want you guys to go over to his channel, check out his content, and I will put the link to that video that I'm talking about in the bottom, where he's giving me a big shout out and showing me a whole bunch of respect, and I really appreciate that. That's really cool of you to do that, to take the time out to make that video and then to put together the questions to ask me. And so I'm going to answer those questions the best I can right now, since this is just an experiment and I just started it. But anyways, your first question was about water turnover, and earlier when I was measuring it and then, using a clock to see how long it took, it was about 30 minutes or 35 minutes to fill the entire grow bed. Now there's no medium right in there right now, so that rate is going to change. It'll be it'll be faster, and also the drain will change too, because right now I have just a mock-up of some junk I threw in there to make it work for now. So yeah, it was about 35 minutes. So that's about 100 gallons every 35 minutes, so about 200 gallons an hour, or every 70 minutes. And will that affect the fish and the plants? That I have no idea yet. We will find out together, and I will share that with you guys. If it's successful or if it's a big failure, I will definitely share with you guys all of that. And then at nighttime, do I have a battery backup? And will the plants be alright overnight without the flood and drain? So I've already done an experiment with that solar panel and that pump. The experiment lasted almost 8 months, I believe, where I made 10 Dutch buckets, and I had those running just off of the sun during the daytime when the sun came out. And they produced, I had tomatoes and I had peppers and everything that came out of that, so I'm thinking this will work just the same. In the Dutch buckets, I kept about 2 inches of water down at the bottom of them, so I'll probably do something similar like that in the grow bed, but we'll see when we get there. Great questions too, Matt, by the way. These are really good. And then third, do I think the fish will be okay at night because the system's not flooding and draining that, and then agitating the water, adding oxygen? So that I don't know. I know fish do need oxygen, but if I don't have a large volume of fish in there, I think that'll be okay, but we'll find out together. And right now I don't have a way to measure the oxygen or the dissolved oxygen content in the water. But maybe later on down the road I'll pick up one of those sensors so that I can actually do the measurements and then take down exact notes and not just guess. That way, if it does work out, other people can copy this and do the same thing. I think that was it. And oh, hey, thanks for the compliments on my camera work. Yeah, I often don't think about the camera when I'm making the videos, because I've got a lot of things going on in my head. You can see my eyes moving around. I'm constantly thinking. Most of the time when I'm talking to somebody in person, they don't even understand what I'm talking about, because I talk fast sometimes and I tend to move fast, but that's just me. That means that my brain's working. It's getting better and better after something that bad happened, but we're not going to talk about that. Only good things on here, you guys. Only good and positive things. But thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you're having good luck with all your gardening and all your projects. And without further ado, let's get over here to part 2 of my DIY solar-powered aquaponics. So I did some changes. Well, I added some things actually. So now the sun's down, so I can't show you the water flowing, but I did have this extra cover just laying around, and then I built the bell siphon. So right now the sun is hiding behind clouds, so we got zero power. But there's my bell siphon, cap on it. So So this outer portion will keep these rocks from falling in when, or whatever I decide to use for grow medium. I was thinking about using some clay expanded shale, but I don't know yet. We'll have to see. Because this is going to cost like $400 in hydrogen, or $200 I should say. And then here's my fill line. And this is 13 inches tall. The bell inside of it's 13 inches tall, so I should be able to grow some root vegetables in here, no problemo. And then yes, I got the vinyl tubing attached with the hemp string. This stuff is really durable here in the desert, out in the sun. Zip ties, even the UV safe ones, they only last a couple months, and then they just turn into crackers and break. And then I put a little piece down here because earlier when I was putting this stuff together, I leaned against this metal right here, and it was about the same temperature as the surface of the sun, and it touched the bare skin on my side and burnt the dickens out of me. But here's my drain. It's just some stuff I threw together. This is not going to be the final product. It's a 2-inch pipe with a 1/2-inch reducer, and I'm not really happy with that. I'm going to go with the 2-inch pipe still, but I'm going to put a 1-inch reducer on there instead. Now this thing already had a hole in it up there. That hole was already cut. If it wasn't cut, I wouldn't even have put a 2-inch PVC in there. I would have done 1-inch, because that's what I did on my other grow beds, and it works the best. And then you can see the pump over there, and there is one goldfish in here hiding. I don't know where he is. I don't see him. He's probably hiding behind the pump, so you can't see him. But we'll see what happens to him overnight. He's my first victim. Oh, there he is. Swimming around. And then over here, I took some cinder blocks, made a little stand for this. This is going to be my top-off tank. So I just drilled a hole in there, and then I put a top hat grommet. And then once I get the grow medium for this, and then I'll be able to measure the height of the water when this is filled to the point where I want it full, and then I'll mark it down here, and then I'll drill a hole and I'll put a float valve in there. I've already got all that stuff, so that'll be my top off. Oh man, well, I don't know if you guys have any questions or comments, but pop those down at the bottom. I'm sure there'll be some questions, and yeah, if you have any questions or comments, put those down at the bottom. I will return any questions I get. I'm pretty good at that, even if it takes me a little bit of time. Got some fish acting weird over here, but anyways, yeah, hit that like button, click the subscribe button if you're not subscribed already, and if you click the bell next to subscribe, you'll get a notification each time I upload another video. If you're interested in following along and watching some of my projects, or seeing me screw something up, or find a solution for something. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in, and as always, keep building.